the spirited lieutenant of the Xianzhou Luofu, and also its most proficient swordsman, who was born for the sword and is obsessed with it. Whenever a sword rests in Yanqing's hand, none would dare underestimate this genius still in the early days of his youth. Perhaps the only thing capable of dulling his treasured blade's sharp edge is time. Youngest lieutenant in the history of the Cloud Knights, retainer to General Jing Yuan, collector of antique swords from the Artisanship Commission. With all these auspicious titles and street gossip swirling around this one wonderkind, it's scarcely believable that he's still a child. Ever since he could remember, Yanqing would follow Jing Yuan around like a shadow, helping the seat of divine foresight resolve problems, and Jing Yuan, in return, taught him the art of swordplay and the art of war. After years of training, Yanqing's mind is as quick and sharp as the spotless swords he keeps. Cloud Knight combat drills attest that controlling 6 simultaneous flying daggers is something even Cloud Knight Chief drill masters can't master in a century. The phrase agreed among the Xianzhou people to describe the combat talents of Yanqing is a gifted swordsman born to fight. It's recorded in the military annals of the Cloud Knights how Jing Yuan came to discover the young boy, stood his ground against public opinion, and incorporated him into the armed forces. However, in the family lineage column, Yanqing's lineage was relegated to the category of unknown. Most talented officers display military talent from childhood. For millennia, several talented unicorns have emerged ahead of the pack during the hunt. However, Yanqing earned a military commission before he even reached the age of the majority. Some would criticize that the general is absurd on this matter. However, this genius's debut on the battlefield was even more explosive, and any critical voices soon fell silent. When hunting near a distant star, the monstrously huge mecha-beast Windguard created by the denizens of abundance was pulverizing defense forces as though they were ants. But this young boy met against it face to face, claiming its head and routing the enemy to the point of collapse. As for subsequent victories, he broke the Borison's devouring wolf formation with Jing Yuan, beheading 3 brood lords. He also fought viciously against the Wing Weavers, ultimately sinking their almighty Cloud Caesar fleet. These are just a small footnote in the annals of his courageous swordplay. If you ask Yanqing what other interests he has besides sword fighting, you'll be met with a simple answer.
Interests are temporary. My sword is forever.
Like a child infatuated with toys, he spares no expense in buying most of the blades manufactured by the Artisanship Commission. Flying swords controlled by chi, daggers for close combat, flexible swords that can bend and adjust. He knows different sword specs and functions like the back of his mind. He'll even buy an extra copy, one to use in combat and one for his collection. This leaves his finances in a sorrowful situation at the end of each month, where he could only beg the general for food and daily necessities. It's completely natural for teenage boys to love swords, but a specific dream flickers and dances among the Xianzhou swords in his collection. To become the best on the Luofu. No. The best across all the Xianzhou ships. To take the title of Sword Champion on the Luofu, and even take the title of Sword Preeminence across the Alliance. Since the sedition of Imbibitor Lunae, the title of Sword Champion among the Luofu Cloud Knights has remained vacant for centuries. Not that nobody wants to claim it, but for a rather more embarrassing reason. The previous Sword Champion, a legendary sword master with 13 outstanding accolades, violated the laws of heaven, resulting in her name being wiped from the face of the cosmos. Even the prestigious title that she bore became a sore spot for others. But for this vastly impressive teen, it's now time to turn over a new page in the annals of history and write another chapter. Bout number 123, Yanqing, Jing Yuan.
General, let's call it a day. I'm exhausted.
Didn't you say you have the confidence to remain undefeated as long as you hold a sword? Why are you acting so weak?
What kind of retainer would take up arms against the person they vow to protect? What if I accidentally hurt?
If your sword is half as quick as your mouth, I'd already have lost. I'll keep one hand behind my back. Now, be quick.
No. 2 hands, please. Or maybe you can consider not using the Lightning Lord, General?
You think this is like Skyfaring Commission's business, where you can barter your way out? Let me see.
Aha! A weakness! Watch this!
I knew you'd do that. Counter.
Ow! Darn it! I've been waiting for ages for my shot.
All's equal in war, and sneak attacks are a good idea. It's too bad your sword is so focused on the flourish and can't conceal its form. Is this what they call youthful vigor?
General, let's go again. This time, I'll try to be as inconspicuous as possible.
Jing Yuan spent much time and energy in raising Yanqing. Some speculated that he was cultivating an heir. Others claimed he only kept him around just to use this kid as a secret weapon. Jing Yuan never offered a response. Yanqing became an unrivaled fighter aboard the Xianzhou Lafu as his skills grew more and more advanced. Jing Yuan gradually began thinking about ways to restrain Yanqing's edge, to take him down a peg without curbing his confidence. Too solid and it can shatter. Too sharp and it can blunt. More than just a sharp edge, a sword also needs a scabbard that can restrain it. In Jing Yuan's view, Yanqing has grown up exceedingly fast, beyond expectations. What Yanqing needs right now is not more strength, but the ability and experience of curbing that strength, something that can only manifest by the passage of time. The young boy took a short break from his sword practice. The sunlight was baking his already heated neck. He slowly got into the water, whose coldness touched his bare feet. When the bell chimes and birds tweet, even the people far away would know that springtime had arrived.